cry for justice by the families of the victims of the Maguindanao massacre is shared by our people as we remember for the third straight year this crime perpetrated by a dynasty of local political warlords whose respect for human life was violated by their greed for power. They had no mercy, no regrets. Should we allow an incident like this to happen again? And tonight on the line we have with us Dante Jimenez, President of the Volunteers Against Crime and Corruption. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Robert.
So it's been 3 years since the Maguindanao massacre happened on this day, and sad to say, the wheels of justice has been slow. What is taking it so long to try the Ampatuans and their cohorts? And given your experience in fighting for victims of heinous crimes, what can be done to reform our system of justice?
Yes, Robert, it doesn't surprise us anymore why this thing is happening in the trial of this most notorious massacre that has happened not only in the Philippines but in the entire world. You can just imagine 32 journalists were killed in a day because of this very corrupt system that we have, allowing political dynasty to prosper and allow our people to be victims of such heinous crimes. And our take here is that the criminal justice system, as what we have been saying for a long, long time, is so rotten. And we've been calling for drastic reforms, not only in our legislative, but in the judicial as well. These are the branches of government that really must work so hard so that the system, the rules of court, and the rights of victims, especially those who are already 6 feet below the ground, will be given more rights, or if need be, than will be accused in this particular massacre. So it doesn't surprise us any longer for us who have been in this advocacy for more than 22 years.
So how true are the reports that despite the detention of the Ampatuans, they continue to terrorize the families of the victims and witnesses to the massacre? Is there any truth to this?
Well, I would say there is really truth to it, especially when you see so many witnesses now being killed and being harassed. Families are being harassed, and election is coming, and there have been a lot of Ampatuans who are now being fielded in the campaign for any local position or whatever. So it really frightens the victims' families, especially witnesses now in this particular massacre case.
What do groups like yours, the VACC, do in able to help the witnesses, helping secure their lives and the safety also of the victims and their families? Are there any programs right now being done by groups like yours?
Well, you see, just this afternoon or tonight, we were with the National Union of Journalists of the Philippines and the NPC, National Press Club. We joined them in this opening of prayers to the victims of journalists in the Philippines, at the same time those civilian victims in that November 23 massacre of 2009. The most that we could do is give them moral support and, of course, legal assistance. We have volunteer lawyers who are helping the families in the pro bono basis, and of course there are the prosecutors who are on top of the situation. So, okay.
Yeah. So the Supreme Court denied the live coverage of the trial. Will your group continue to ask the High Tribunal to reconsider its decision? And why is it so important for the media to cover the trial as it happens? And what is the impact? What impact will it have on our people?
First of all, I was really surprised with the decision of the Supreme Court for stopping the coverage of live coverage of the hearing in the court of the judge in this particular trial. it has a lot of impact, especially for victims, because you can just imagine if we are not aware of what's happening inside, and we have to be, if we believe in transparency, this is the best time for the Supreme Court to show that transparency is indeed the policy of government, not only of the executive, but all branches of government. We condemn this kind of curtailment of freedom of information among our people, particularly victims of heinous crimes.
Sir, are there ongoing discussions or dialogues to arrive at a compromise for this live coverage?
I personally believe there should never be a compromise as far as freedom of information is concerned. I firmly believe that, as I said a while ago, these victims, 58 victims in this Maguindanao massacre, are already 6 feet below the ground. They are lucky that they have relatives who are very much interested to give justice to their killings. And so I dare the Supreme Court to please review their decision, because otherwise there might come a time when our victims of heinous crimes might take the law in their hands.
So what is your crusade to ensure that such horrendous crime will not be repeated again by any politicians, especially in areas where only one family controls the local government and economy?
Well, actually we will repeat, we will repeat our call for government, particularly our legislative body, to impose and return back the death penalty law. This will practically be the deterrent to the commission of more heinous crimes. Come election day, expect a lot. We don't want that there will be more increases of heinous crimes. But the culture, the impunity of what has happened what is happening in our community is a reflection of a very weak peace and order strategy in all levels. So we appeal to them to review again the possibility of returning back to death penalties, particularly on heinous crimes. If that platinum will be part of the heinous crimes, okay, so be it. Let them steal the people's money if they want to. But on heinous crimes, you can just imagine, Robert, your daughter has been raped, slaughtered, and then not only that, burned, and not only that, put placed inside a steel plate and dropped in the waters of Malabon. You can just imagine the feeling of a parent, as a mother, a father, a family in this particular situation. How would government react to this? Some sectors always say that the only way to give justice is certainty of arrest, certainty of prosecution, certainty of conviction, and certainty of reform. But we don't believe in excuses. What we believe and what is certain is that these victims are now 6 feet below the ground. So, and they need justice for this.
Yeah. So as we see, members of the media were killed. What advocacy does your group have to ensure that they are protected when they expose the wrongdoings of their local officials? Most of the victims here are radio commentators.
Well, first of all, I believe there should be this political will now on the part of the President to give very strict instructions to the local police to ensure that our media men, particularly those who are broadcasting, be protected from possible assassins, especially from this riding in tandem. This phenomenon of riding in tandem now has really increased tremendously to the point of there is a difficulty of solving it because of the mobility of motorcycles. And so there should be more visibility in media outlets, particularly in radio stations.
Sir, and a final word from you, sir. Any lessons to be learned from the Maguindanao massacre? Anything that we could do to prevent this from happening again in the future?
Yes, number one, let us already put a stop to this political dynasty. The Constitution very clearly states that it prohibits political dynasty. This is now the time for our people to be very vigilant and not to elect officials, those candidates who are running for political positions with relatives, in most places, in most positions in government. This now massacre is a reflection of that tolerance. That political dynasty must be put to a stop.
Okay. On that note, sir, thank you for joining us tonight. That was Mr. Dante Jimenez, President of the Volunteers Against Crime and Corruption. Thank you, sir.